Oh, hello YouTubers, here I am again, and I think tonight I shall go into a little review of Pilot Blend. This is a blend I picked up whilst I was in Prague. I knew nothing about it, and I was rather hoping it was going to be something along the lines of Squadron Leader. That's what I was guessing anyway. So I did a bit more digging around and hunting online, and I found out pretty much all I need to know about it. So it is a Stanislaw pipe tobacco, and Stanislaw is part of the Tech's group, and it is supposedly blended by Joseph Stanislaw. I think he has some sort of a bit of an empire of tobacco pipes and various other things, I think. It's a Burley, Virginia and Black Cavendish blend. I'm smoking it now in this little beaten up old meerschaum, and well, depending on where I look, some places say that it is not flavoured, but it definitely is. It has a very sickly sweet casing on it, so I think there is something on there. As I say, it depends which forum you look at as regards what it says. Some say that it is flavoured and that it's sort of a berry sort of flavour, and I would tend to agree with that. There are hints of sort of blueberry and sort of synthetic sort of fruity notes to it, and like a lot of aromatics similar to this, I've found that the aroma from the tin is rather pleasant, and upon first lighting, the room note is pleasant. I lit some up at work today, and people were quite enthused by its pleasant aroma, and that lasted for all of about, I don't know, barely a quarter of the bowl, and as is rather predictable, things became less flavoursome and rather dull. So unfortunately it hasn't turned out to be what I thought. I had wondered if it, as I said, had thought it might be an English similar to Squadron Leader, as it's called Pilot Blend, but in fact it's an aromatic, and Stanislaw do produce a standard sort of range of aromatics, and they do some English as well. Quite a good range. Don't think it's available in the UK. I picked this up in Prague, and so I've never seen it anywhere else. This is why, part of the reason why I picked it up. Just thought it might be interesting to have a try of it. So anyway, it's a ribbon cut tobacco. It's a ribbon cut, and it, as I said, it's Black Cavendish, Burley and Virginias, and it's cased, and here's a little bit of what it looks like in the tin. Now it's not very consistently cut. In fact, I don't know if you can see in the pictures there, but it has got some very full leaves left in there, sort of uncut, which makes it rather sort of chunky, and you've almost got to do a bit of rubbing out. But so it's quite inconsistent, inconsistently sort of produced. So I found the tin to be a little bit on the dry side. The consequence of which there's a rather hot smoke, and if you want to persist with it, it's definitely one of these blends that you have to take your time with and just sort of sip at it, because I suspect, I haven't had yet, but I think you know, if you weren't careful, I think you could get tongue bite quite easily. So there we are. That is some Stanislaw Pilot Blend, and I don't mind admitting I'm a little bit disappointed about it, but there you go. This is one of those things. I think it might be a good candidate for a bit of perhaps a bit of pressing. To make a cake. I've got quite a substantial jar full of all sorts of odds and ends, a lot of aromatics. I think there's some black cherry in there, I think there's some McBaron's vanilla cream and all that sort of thing. I think it's not that old, it's a little bit aged, but I may add a few more things in, and as a few people have done in the community, I may attempt my own little experiment with making a cake. So if I do that, I will let you know how I get on with that. But I think that is going to be about it for this little review. As I say, a little bit disappointed. But there we go. Some people might enjoy it. It's a very light, body to it. There's no a very small nicotine content, and unfortunately not a great deal of complexity to it, and it's a little bit underwhelming. So I think that about covers it. So there we are. That is there's a tin. Nice tin. I do like the tin art. I do like that, and evidently a lot of the Stanislaw blends, the Stanislaw sort of trademark is this aeroplane motif that you can see. It often is the main or is part of the tin art. So I do like that, and indeed it did sort of draw me to it, and I do like the pilot in his flying hat and goggles on the front there. Good combination of colours, very striking, sort of reminiscent of a sort of a 30s sort of design. But so there we have it. Well travelled. Glad to try new things, but you can't always be sure. So now I know, and it's one more ticked off the list that I've tried. So there we have it. That is Pilot Blend. So with that, I shall say, keep the cameras rolling and keep the pipes puffing. Pure for now.